now showing for you is Our Town, but we're at the Center Cinema, and we'll find out what's going to be showing here and at the Starlight 14, including some Sunday nights at the Starlight and other news. And now we'll hear an update on the Center Cinema and Starlight 14.
Why is that? We are at downtown Richland Center at the Center Cinema, both theaters. And you are, this is Brady Joyce.
Yep.
Yeah, not Brady Ewing, Brady Joyce. You are, what is your title?
I'm a manager here at the Center Cinema and Starlight 14.
Okay. Well, what do you want to talk about? Upcoming movies?
Yeah, I want to talk about some upcoming movies, and I know you mentioned something about wanting to do, talk about a little bit of how digital cinema works.
Yep.
So...
This is the smaller of the two?
This is the larger of the two.
Oh, okay. It's been a little while since I've been here, but...
Yeah, so there are just over 60 seats in this theater, and there are just under 60 seats in the other theater. So they're similar in size, but we can hold a lot of people in here.
Last time I was in, I think it was this one. Tony told me he was sitting down. I said, "This is like first class on an airline."
These seats are a lot more comfortable than the previous ones that we've had. They're a lot more high end. They even have cup holders, which are an upgrade.
Yep. Do you know the size of that screen?
I don't know the size of that screen. Pretty big.
What do you think? Well, I'm bad at this. 12 to 14 wide? I don't know.
Probably something like that. And then I believe we have speakers behind that screen.
We see there's little holes.
Yep. And so we not only have speakers behind the screen, we have them back here, so it's kind of like surround sound.
Okay.
And we have that in both theaters.
Is it maybe like a 5.1 if it is still a thing?
I think so, yeah.
All right.
Something like that at least.
But it sounds good. That's what's important.
Oh, yes.
Let's check the other theater. And look at this old... Isn't it weird to think that they had to...
Manually change the reels.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it still has film inside of it. I think that's a movie from 2001.
Yep, 35 millimeter.
Yeah.
Which was the standard in Hollywood. Sound of Hope. What is that about?
It's an Angel Studios film, so it's from the same studio that did Sound of Freedom.
Okay, I kind of thought so because they were similar titles.
Yeah, it's about, don't quote me on this, I think it's about a family that adopts a lot of children in the city of Possum Trot, or the small town of Possum Trot.
Okay.
It looks like it's going to be a pretty good film, and I know we have a lot of buzz around it.
Yep. So this is the larger, how many?
This is the smaller.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, you're good.
It must be a Monday, but it's not, it's a Tuesday.
Mm-hmm. So they're just under 60 seats in here.
I remember as a kid, my mom would always say, don't sit in the front seat of the front row.
Yeah.
Because you'll be looking straight up. But I don't know, some people I guess do.
Yeah, and we actually moved the front row back a little bit so you're not craning your neck up this high.
Yeah, it's just a little bit, for me, it's a little bit close, but...
Yeah. I know some people like to sit up front.
Oh, yeah. So where are we going next? So you're open what nights?
So we're usually open Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Okay. Do you have matinees, or what, is that seasonal?
Yeah, we usually have matinees on Saturdays. We usually have a show in the early afternoon, and then Sundays usually as well.
So what do you have on your roster coming up?
So coming up here at the indoor, we have Deadpool and Wolverine.
Okay.
That's supposed to be a really big
Yeah,
movie.
that's going to be. It
Superhero
is
movie.
big. It is big.
Yeah, it's the third Deadpool movie, and it has Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. That's going to be this month, the 27th, and then we're going to have it every weekend up until August 10th. So we're going to have it here for 3 weeks. And then we're also showing Joker 2, which is that one right over there. It's the second movie. I think it's supposed to be a musical, and it has Lady Gaga in it.
A musical?
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
That's just what I heard.
Well, River Phoenix, I wonder why they're doing that. Because I saw parts of the first one. He's kind of a disturbed person.
Yeah, Joaquin Phoenix does a really good job.
Yeah.
And then Lady Gaga is playing Harley Quinn. And we're having that 10/4 through 10/18. So that's another 3 weeks that we're having this. And we're also showing both Deadpool and Wolverine and Joker 2 at the outdoor theater as well. And then also coming up in November and December, we have Moana 2, which we have the poster for that right over there. That comes out November 27th, and then we're playing that until December 13th, so we're having that for 4 weeks. And that will also be at Starlight 14, as well as Center Cinema.
What is this? Harold and the Purple Crayon?
Harold and the Purple Crayon. I don't know too much about that.
I don't either.
I think it's based off of like a children's book, but it seems like it's going to be a pretty good movie, like directed at littler kids.
It's probably not a slasher. It's probably
No, it's going to be a little more
it's kinda
whimsical.
weird. You know, this musical thing, that's driving me crazy. Is that like a straight musical, or is it just kind of a weird...
I think it'll just have some musical numbers in it. I think it'd be a waste of talent to not have Lady Gaga sing.
Well, of course. Well, yeah.
But I think it's going to be good. The first one was really good. And I've seen a couple trailers for this one.
Yeah, he's kind of hard to watch in that first one. I mean, it is
Yeah.
disturbing. He's... You know,
He certainly does it well.
Yep. And how many Jokers have there been in the history of film? I mean,
Oh my goodness.
how many Tim Burtons and how many...
Right? And you have a poster for Deadpool and Wolverine over there.
Oh, gotta get that.
Teaser poster. And we're also showing this Beetlejuice 2, later on in the year.
Well, the first one was like 100 years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's classic. This one also has Michael Keaton in it.
Okay.
So he's coming back as Beetlejuice.
He's playing the same role?
Yep.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Without any CGI or, well, who knows? I don't know.
I don't know. I've only seen like little clips of the trailer, and it seems interesting.
Tim Burton?
I think so.
Is he doing this one too?
No idea.
Well, we gotta find. I'll have to give him a jingle and find out. Maybe we're Facebook friends or something. What else do we have to declare here?
So nothing much for here, but at the outdoor, we're showing Twisters. It's a new movie.
Yeah.
With Glenn Powell in it. It's supposed to be a really, really good movie, and we have a lot of interest on that one too. So actually, August 17th and August 24th, we're having an ATV night, UTV night. So if you come in an ATV or UTV, everyone in your group gets in for $5 a person.
Wow.
Which is really exciting. I'm hoping that draws a lot of people.
Yep.
And yeah, it's supposed to be a really good movie. So if you've seen anything about it, or even if you haven't, just come out and see it. I'll be there for sure.
So the ATV, UTV, you can still come in with a regular auto?
Oh yeah, it'll just be regular price though.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, and then we'll schedule it. I know there are rules around how late UTVs and ATVs can be out on the roads, but we'll schedule it. You guys will be home just in time.
Just in the nick of time.
Oh yeah, we scheduled it perfectly. So
And what was the date for Twisters?
So Twisters is August 17th and August 24th.
Okay.
I think those are Saturdays, so those are our ATV UTV nights.
Right. Well, that sounds like a good movie. I just got the original on 4K, Blu-ray or DVD, because I still like to have that media in my hand. I don't stream anything, and it's really cool to just pop it in and say, I'm going to watch this with Dolby Atmos and all that stuff. I'm kind of very interested in audio. Let's see, we were going to touch on...
Oh, the Classic Sundays?
Yes.
Yeah, so we have our Classic Sundays. We actually started this past Sunday with Smokey and the Bandit.
Yep.
And then we have 4 more coming up. So this upcoming weekend, the 14th, we're showing Roller Coaster. And I believe that was chosen
by me.
Chosen by you. Yes, all of these were chosen by leaders in our community. So Smokey and the Bandit was chosen by Phil Nee. We have the Long Trailer coming up on later up in the month. And then we have Grease coming out on the 28th, and then Stripes on August 11th.
That was Marty Richards.
Yeah, Marty Richards was the one that chose Stripes. And
yeah, Jane did Long Trailer.
Yep. And then I think Sheila Troxell chose Grease.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we had a really good night last Sunday. We had a pretty big crowd. Some people came in their classic cars, which is really cool to see.
Well, good.
Yeah, and we encourage that. Feel free to come out in your classic car, bring your kids, bring your family. It's an all-around good time. We have good food there, so if you don't want to cook on a Sunday night, feel free to come out. We have burgers, hot dogs, that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I was out there, I don't even know when, in the spring, and Trent was there demonstrating everything that they had to offer, and it was really good stuff. Did you ever get that half-pound burger?
I'm not sure. I think we did get some of them, but we'll have to get more of those. Right now we only have third-pound burgers, but those are just as good.
Not a lot of people have heard of Roller Coaster, but it was, I think it's 77, and Helen Hunt is in it as a small, a teeny bopper kind of.
Yeah, I was doing a little bit of research on that for some of our social media stuff, and it looks like it's going to be a pretty good movie. I know it's sometimes compared to like Alfred Hitchcock.
Yep.
Some of that sort of stuff.
Yeah, and it was made in Sense-Around, which was I think one of 3: Earthquake, Midway, and
Battlestar Galactica. I think.
Was that in Sense-Around where they have the huge speakers and you feel them, you don't hear them?
Yeah, I think there's 2 Battlestar Galactica movies. That
okay.
So. Yeah.
So it's like today's subwoofer in your home theater. You don't really hear anything. It just knocks the furniture over.
Yeah,
everybody gets mad at you.
I was reading a little bit about it, and it said like sometimes it would like knock the plaster off the walls at some older theaters. Which we won't have that here. So
no, they wouldn't show. Years ago, when this was the Eskin, they wouldn't show when Earthquake came out. I saw that in Madison. With Sense-Around on State Street, and it was the weirdest feeling. Everybody's looking around, but they wouldn't say, it had to be structurally a sound building.
Right.
That's how powerful the waves were.
I'm sure that was.
But they weren't allowed to do it here, I guess. So.
Yeah, I'm sure that was like
it was so cool.
Experience.
It was. You didn't hear it. You just felt that in your chest, that weird rumbling.
I know they had it on like 7mm film as well.
Yes.
That Sense-Around or whatever it was called.
Yep, Sense-Around. Just to have a 70mm to have room for the audio track, I suppose.
Yeah.
But anyways, what else? Digital cinema.
If you want to talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, for quite some time, you guys have not used film anymore, or film.
Yeah, I don't remember the exact year it was. Probably
sometime when Bill Muth was...
Early 2010s, I think.
Okay.
It was when I was, little.
Yeah.
But... Yeah, so now we're all digital now. So upstairs we have digital projectors. And actually at the outdoor theater we also have digital projectors. We have a satellite system, so the movie companies will beam in the movies to us. And then some older movies and some other companies for like some specific movies, they'll actually send us hard drives that we'll have to plug into the theater.
Yeah.
And then we ingest that into the projector, so we just transfer the file over from our system or the hard drive into the projector, so the actual movie is in there. And then they'll send us a file, which are the keys, is what they're called, which we'll also have to put into the projector. It's just a string of code that unlocks the movie for a certain period of time. Yeah, whether it's like 2 days, 2 weeks, yeah, just however long.
Does it restrict how many times you can show it?
I don't think so. I think
Okay.
it's just that certain period of time. You pay for a certain period of time,
Right.
and then it just unlocks it for
Okay.
that time.
So the movies that are those Sunday night specials, are those on hard drive?
Yeah, so a lot of those are actually on the same hard drive. Found that one out just the other
okay.
day. Yeah, they sent us a whole thing of a hard drive full of like old classic movies, and then they'll send us specific keys to unlock specific movies.
Now, what about the audio at the outdoor? I mean, obviously those speakers are long gone that you hook onto your window. Then you forget and you drive away, and then
Yeah.
you tear the whole thing. So
Yeah.
how does that work then?
So we have a radio transmitter that transmits the sound to your car. So
Okay.
the radio station is 100.1. Because a lot of cars these days, actually almost every car these days has a radio in it.
Right.
Really good radio. So we usually just recommend that people listen to it in their car. But if you're like have a truck and you want to sit in the bed, or if you have the tailgate up, which is what I usually do in my car, we're playing
Yeah.
it. We play it through our speakers. We have really good speakers that are connected to our building. You can hear it from anywhere out there. They're pointing in all directions.
So you don't need your car radio?
No, you don't need your car radio.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, we're playing it off of our building. So like even if you're walking in to go get some food from the concession stand, you can hear it as you're walking in.
Okay.
Sometimes we actually have speakers indoors as well. They're not as loud because we still need to hear you order your food.
Right.
but you can still hear it a little bit when you're inside. And then we also offer smaller, like handheld radios. They're about this big, and it's a $20 deposit, and you get that $20 back when you bring the radio back after the movie or whenever you decide to leave.
Now, somebody asked me, like, you've got to have your ignition on.
Yeah, we usually recommend that you get the smaller radio. That's what I personally do.
Okay.
Because so it doesn't kill your battery. But if you do end up running your battery for that whole time, we have ways to get it up and going again.
Okay. Yeah, I've always thought, what if it's a 2.5 hour and you have it on whatever that is, that first click or second click? So,
Yeah. Usually when I'm there, I don't turn my battery on. I just let my car.
Well, if it's a nice night, why not just put all the windows down?
Right.
Just listen to the speakers.
Yep. Yeah. So there's handheld, small battery powered radios that we can rent out to you.
Good. Well, what else do we need to cover? Is that about it?
I think that's about it.
Okay.
Is there
Well,
anything else?
this is a Tuesday, so this Friday is which movie?
So this Friday we're showing
Sound of Hope.
It's the story of Possum Trot, and then Despicable Me 4. This will be the second week that we've had Despicable Me 4. It's been doing pretty good for us. It's the first weekend for Sound of Hope.
Okay.
So, and I know we have a lot of buzz around that one. So
Yep.
I'm hoping we get a lot of people. I know the Angel Studios movies do very well,
Yes.
especially in this community.
Yeah, and this, yep, absolutely. All right. Well, thank you, Brady.
Yeah, thank you.
All righty. See you at the movies.
See ya.
Bye.
Well, watch out for the mosquitoes and the rain, and we'll see you next week.